Welcome to Guns, Gear, and Guns with Gary Gunderson. I am Gary Gunderson. The ATF's final rule on the back of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act has been revealed at a whopping 466 pages, and the Biden administration has been laundering misinformation into the media, who are disseminating it faster than a Russian bot.
Today, the Justice Department is issuing one of the most significant gun regulations in decades. Pursuant to the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the regulation expands the definition of who must obtain a license and conduct a background check before selling firearms. It will also close the gun show loophole. Under this regulation, it will not matter if guns are sold on the internet, at a gun show, or at a brick-and-mortar store. If you sell guns predominantly to earn a profit, you must be licensed and you must conduct background checks.
And announcing a new rule that saves lives by requiring background checks for all gun dealers engaged in the business of firearms dealing, including for guns sold at gun shows and online. This new rule implements the only significant expansion of background check requirements since then Senator Biden.
These lies are so blatant, even the rule they are talking about preemptively calls out this talking point, saying, the department also notes that the term gun show loophole is a misnomer, in that there is no statutory exemption under the GCA for unlicensed persons to engage in the business of dealing firearms at a gun show or any other venue. That's literally all the Biden administration is talking about, which has filtered through their media cronies selling the same lies. This is all in response to Biden always saying people tell him to do something, so he is exaggerating what he is doing and pretending that something is now law that was not before. The intent of this rule is to make regular people too afraid to sell their guns in a private sale, because if you engage in the business of selling firearms, you need a license. And this rule made being engaged in the business purposefully vague. Even the sale of one firearm can mean you are engaged in the business. This rule came out of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, and at least one Republican who supported that law has come out against this rule, declaring that it goes beyond the scope of what was passed and is a power grab by the ATF. Who would think the government would ever possibly overreach when you give them more authority? Shocking. This was so bad, I even had someone call me today to ask what was going on, because it is so prevalent in the news with such lies, people are confused. I have not yet had time to read the rule given the absurd length, but the initial rule suggested that you could sell your guns privately to another individual, but that things such as having price tags on them or having them at a table at a gun show at all means you are presumptively in the business already and violating the law. That's all for today. I just wanted to do a quick rundown. I have videos on the initial rule when it was put out for comment if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I may do a video on the final rule depending on what I feel like. I have other videos in the works. But if you made it to the end of the video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with others, and if you want to, please consider supporting me on Patreon and joining our Discord. Thanks for watching.